What is up, my ninjas? Shinobi here with another Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls video for you guys. Today we're going to talk about farming bounties in Diablo 3. People have been asking me for a lot of tips. They say, Shinobi, how do I do this? How do I do that? Yeah, how do I increase my efficiency? What's like the best Torment level to play on, or the best difficulty level to play on? You know, what are some tips behind the bounty search that you're going through? If you're not familiar with bounties, they are in adventure mode. You collect bounties, you get things like the rift keystones to open up rifts. You also get legendaries that are specific to just those bounties. I'll leave a link right in the description below, and you can see which acts will give you which legendary rewards. Now, those are some basic tips there, but let's go ahead and get more in depth with this. So the first thing I want to talk about is patch 2.0.5. I mentioned this in the previous video, and that should be coming out soon, hopefully. I'm hoping it comes out this Tuesday. I'll probably be posting this video on Monday. But in patch 2.0.5, they are increasing the drop chances of the specific legendaries in the Herodic caches that you get from the bounties, but they're also going to be adding the Torment-only items, for instance, the class-specific pieces, the set pieces that only can drop in Torment 1 or above. You're going to be able to farm them in there too. So that's going to change the dynamic of the game. If you're really searching for that last set piece or something, it's pretty viable to go through and do bounties. So I'm going to give you some tips on farming that stuff, but I'm also going to be giving you some other tips as well too. The first tip that I want to talk about besides that is split farming. People know what split farming is. If you're not familiar with it, it's essentially you get yourself and 3 other people, and you go into the adventure mode. You say, okay, I'll do Act 1, you do Act 2, you do Act 3, you do Act 4. We all meet up together and do Act 5, or sometimes just leave the game, rinse and repeat. So split farming is definitely a very fast way of acquiring a lot of keystone fragments really quickly, and definitely very viable on that. However, we don't know if in patch 2.0.5 they're going to nerf that or not. I haven't heard any word about that yet. I don't know how Blizzard feels about split farming bounties. I personally think it's a great addition to the game. Not only does it get players playing together, but it also makes it more efficient to do the things like farming those bounties and getting those key fragments so we can ultimately do the rifts, because that's what we want to do, because you get the most legendary drops in rifts. So speeding up that process just makes a total sense, and I think it's definitely a great aspect to the game, and I really hope they don't take away that split farming. I think they did a good job there, and it definitely is really awesome. What is the best difficulty to farm on split farming? You know, whether you're doing split farming or you're doing it solo or whatever. What is the best difficulty to farm on? And a lot of people have told me it's normal difficulty, which, you know, when people were really under-geared and stuff like that, okay, I can see that, because when you have more people in your game, the monster's health is going to increase, and because you're killing monsters on your own, it could take a little while to kill things. But now that players have been playing Reaper of Souls for over a month now, most players should be able to handle doing split farming on Torment 1. And the reason you should be split farming on Torment 1 and nothing lower than that, ever, is because when you're going through and you're completing it, say you go to this area and you have to kill 150 monsters and the name guy, you kill all that stuff down, those monsters, while you're doing Torment 1, they have chances to drop Torment-specific items. You have all the items in the game have a chance to drop in Torment 1 or above. Now, as far as the bounty bags themselves, it doesn't affect that right now, but it will in patch 2.0.5. So even right now you should be doing that, but also especially when patch 2.0.5 comes out, because you want to get those items that are Torment 1, Torment only specific items. For instance, if you're doing normal right now in bounties and you're just going through and collecting, you're killing a lot of monsters to complete these bounties, and those monsters could potentially be dropping those, you know, last set pieces that you need. Why cut yourself off? Why, limit your potential on getting all the items in the game? It makes more sense to play on Torment 1 for sure when you're doing split bounties and when you're playing by yourself. So make sure that you do that, because it is very, very, very important that you don't limit yourself. The next tip that I want to give you guys is about opening bags. Now, you see a lot of streamers do this, and you see a lot of players do this, and I've done it myself in the past because it's fun. Opening bags, collecting like 50 or 100 of them, and then opening them all at the same time, and all the items go everywhere. It's very fun, and people enjoy seeing that stuff. That's mainly why streamers do it. But to be really efficient, say I'm looking for Reign of Royal Grandeur, and I go and do Act 1 over and over and over and over again, saving that bag and saving each bag that you get, and then opening, say, 20 at the same time, is not a very efficient way of farming that ring. Because, for instance, if on the very first bounty that I complete, the very first bag that I get that Reign of Royal Grandeur, I don't need to keep farming for it. I already got it. So you want to make sure that you open the bags right when you get them. Right when you get them. If you're doing split bounties or something like that, and you get 5 bags, open them all up, see what you got, go back out, rinse and repeat. Best way to do it, because you want to get those items as quick as possible. And yeah, maybe for streams it could be fun, but ideally you're going for efficiency, and that's how you be efficient with that. The next tip that I want to give you guys is, people ask me, Shinobi, what's the fastest act to farm? Well, when patch 2.0.5 comes out, let's say you're looking for Reign of Royal Grandeur. One tip that I can give you is take 3 other people with you, and you all go into Act 1. Act 1 is the fastest act to do. Act 4 can be good sometimes if you don't get to Diablo 1. Act 4 is definitely really good. Act 3 can be pretty fast as well too, but from my experiences, Act 1 is just the quickest out of all of them. So if you're farming for Reign of Royal Grandeur, what you could do is be like, okay, you 3, or set pieces or something, because it is the fastest act to do, right? So this might be a very viable way of farming set pieces when patch 2.0.5 comes out. So let's say you go into Act 1, you take 3 other players, you say, okay, I'm going to do this bounty, you're going to do that one, I'm going to do this one, you guys all split up and go in different areas. You complete the Act 1 bounty and get the bag like really quickly. And then you could open it up and go, oh, I got my Reign of Royal Grandeur, or, oh, I got, this set piece that I was looking for, or something like that. So, going to be definitely, I think a lot of players are going to farm things like that until, maybe Blizzard makes some changes and maybe makes the other acts a little bit faster. There are some bounties in the game that really do slow down your efficiency. You want to stay away from those. One that does slow down your efficiency in Act 1 is trying to get the Spider Queen. Because you have a boss no matter what. You do the Butcher, the Spider Queen, or Skeleton King. Between those 3 bosses, the Queen one is really, really slow compared to the other ones. So if you zone into the game, see if you have the Queen boss encounter that you're supposed to do, and then if you do, leave the game, come back in until you don't have that one. As soon as you don't have that one, then just go kill Skeleton King quickly or Butcher quickly. Skeleton King's the fastest one to get to, the fastest one to complete, so keep that in mind too. You can also use that same tactic in Act 4, because going to kill Diablo can take a while. Same with Malthael, it could take a little while as well too, because you have to get him to a certain amount of health, then he does a little cutscene thing, then you got to do it again. You can't just really burst your cooldowns and just mow him off in one shot. So because it's going to give you that little cutscene thing. So that's a little tip for you. I always do that when I'm farming Act 1. Avoid the Queen at all costs. The next tip I want to give you guys, this is something I've been doing on the live stream, and I've found that it is very, very beneficial. Now, what this is it's called add some competition to the bounties. So you can get really creative with this, and I've come up with a couple ideas for it. So for instance, if we're doing split farming, let's say I'm in Act 2, he's in Act 1, he's in Act 3, he's in Act 4. What you say is, okay, we're going to see who can complete all of their bounties the quickest. Whoever wins gets a special reward. So you can say the special reward can be, if I find a crappy legend, if someone finds a crappy legendary, they have to give it to that person so they can salvage it, get a free crafting material. Or you can be like, okay, you picked up rares or blues along the way. You give those to him because those aren't bind on account. You can give those to him and he gets free crafting materials. Or you can say the person that's the slowest to doing this has to open like 5 rifts in a row or 3 rifts in a row or something like that. You know, this is something you can do with your friends. When I was doing this on the live stream, I noticed that the efficiency that we were doing these bounties was increased by at least 2 times. Because players actually went, I want to win, you know, it really gives us more momentum and makes them really want to push themselves to keep going. It's just something fun you can add to the bounties and it increases efficiency. The next tip I want to give you guys is a solo bounty farming tip. Now, we all know we could do Act 1 over and over again solo if you wanted to, or if you're looking for specific ones or whatever the case may be. Now, this is one thing that you really want to do if you're playing by yourself, because it's not only beneficial it's really beneficial to your friends or the people in your community or the people in your clan or something like that. What you want to do is you want to say you want to do all the bounties, right? You do Act 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You complete all of them. Before you turn them in to Tyrael and get your bounty bags, what you want to do is you want to tell people in your community, your clan, or your friends list and say, hey, who wants 5 free bags? They'll say, I do. Who's going to say no? Right? So you invite 3 people into your game, then you complete them all, and everybody gets free stuff. It's just a very courteous thing you can do for other people, and I think this is something that we should see more in Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls. The next tip here is going to be another courteous tip. Now this tip is called Don't Be Carried. If you're in a bounty thing, split farming with people, be respectful to the other players. Don't sit in town and wait for everybody to complete things or anything like that. Make sure you're contributing just as much as everybody else is. You know, don't sit there and be AFK or anything like that. Get out there, farm those bounties. I mean, I think this is kind of a common sense one, but you'll be surprised how many people will literally sit in town and be like, oh, I'll be there in a minute, guys. I'm salvaging some stuff. And then, you know, everybody's done their bounties and we're still waiting on that guy to finish his. So be efficient, get through there quickly, and do it up. And the last and final tip for you guys is going to be a little bit of a funny one. What you guys can do is you can join the Ninja community. Now, if you don't know how to join the Ninja community, you go on the US servers. That's where I primarily play. You go into find communities, then go to streamers personality and click the Shinobi one there, Shinobi's Ninja Army. Join that. You can automatically join that community. Lots of really good players in there, lots of people that are willing to help each other. And if you are watching this video and you heard the things that I said about making the, you know, more fun for bounties or helping people out and inviting them into your games, or, you know, be courteous and don't get carried or anything like that. You know, if you follow those things and you want to help each other out, join our community and, you know, help each other farm those bounties really quickly. Because ultimately at the end, we want to get into doing those rifts. We want to get, you know, all that good stuff. We want to get all those legendaries. So help each other out, get that stuff really quickly, and have a lot of fun in the process. Good luck, guys, finding whatever bounty stuff you're looking for. If you're going for key fragments, if you're going for, you know, the specific items, or in patch 2.0.5, if you're going for to complete those sets and stuff like that. Good luck to you guys. Hit the subscribe button down below for some more Diablo 3 videos. I may make one of these, but for rifts. So I'll see you guys in the next video. My name is Shinobi, and until next time, thanks for watching.